miles an hour in 5.2 seconds.
And you can see here on his draggy, he's got a 0 to 60 time of 1.60. Absolutely nuts, dude. What a darnation. Now that's what we got to put on Black Beauty. So we made it. Can any of you guys take a guess where we're at? We are currently in good old Austin, Texas. So you know it's gonna be a rowdy one. We flew all the way out here for this. So if you guys could drop a like, subscribe, it would truly mean a lot. So this is gonna be a really fun one. While we're here, we're checking out the University of Texas campus. We'll probably try some Whataburger, some In-N-Out, and also be filming some very rowdy content. So we're here, let's see what Texas has in store. So we finally made it out here with the good old CrazyHorse truck and the crew. We're checking it out here in Texas. And as you can see, this thing looks pretty rowdy. So if you guys want to just introduce yourselves real quick.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'm the driver, Nathan Wheeler. Yeah, this is my truck, CrazyHorse. The name actually originally came from my oldest son. He came up with it. I thought it was a cool name.
Nice.
So, and this is my crew chief.
Yeah, I'm Josh Cole. I've been working on this truck with Nathan ever since it came out of Copart, really. Yeah. We built it right here in the breezeway, and it's just transformed over the last 5 years and taken us all over the place.
I'm sure you guys may have seen this thing on 1320. He gets around to most of the racing stuff, and this thing eats. So if you want to talk about it a little bit, kind of right off the bat, I see this huge turbo sitting here. If you want to just give a little explanation of kind of power the truck's making, what's done to it.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. So we went with a sleeve down 6.7 block. It's a 5.9 bore, and we did that for strength issues mainly, and partially filled block and wet head. That way it's more streetable, and it could still handle big power. We went with, on the air side of things, we went with a GT55 88 single, and we tapped into the intercooler pipe here with 4 kits of nitrous. So, and we actually just recently started using all 4 kits for 2 years since this since the inception here. We've only used 3. So 4 is new to me, and it was a lot of fun. And we got a long ways to go there, but it's a fun setup. We've got a 4R transmission. It's the Ford 4R100 BTS built Bryan Truck Shop out in Arkansas, I believe it is, and that's run off the PCS. We also actually control our nitrous through the PCS, which is not exactly standard, but I think is cool as can be and works really well. Actually, we only run 2 kits off of that. The other 2 are on the steering wheel. So I love buttons, by the way. Love buttons. It actually messes me up sometimes because it's not the most consistent way to do things. But I'm a heads-up racer. You know, I mean, you just got to go with the flow. Whatever's happening then. So I like the steering wheel buttons.
Hell yes.
Buttons on the steering wheel, buttons on the shifter, buttons up top, buttons everywhere. So anyway.
And so for everyone, this truck originally started as a 6.4 Powerstroke, you said, right?
Yes.
And then ended up swapping into a Cummins platform.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. It was a built 6.4. Truck Source Diesel is the one who built this, pretty much all in-house. They also built the 6.4 setup as well. And we pretty much maxed out the horsepower there without tapping into some crazy unknowns. And I didn't want to do that and go there. I wanted to go with more of a proven setup that makes more horsepower. So we went with the Cummins platform. And that was, to tell you the truth, it may seem like it was a really hard decision, but at that time, the timing was right. It wasn't a hard decision at all. It was ready. I had raced the 6.4 for what, 5-6 years. I had gone 5 seconds with it. There were only 2 other people in the planet that had done that with a 4x4 at the time. So that was neat with the 6.4 platform. So that was neat, and I just felt like I had done most of what I needed to do, or what I wanted to do with it. So it was an easy decision at that point.
There you go. And if you don't mind, I mean, what kind of horsepower does this thing make? If you had to take a guess, if you don't mind talking about it a little bit. And
So on fuel, it makes about 1600, and you can spray what you want to it. So it has the fuel to make, well, I don't know, probably 2200 horsepower.
So I got left a camera. Huge shout out to my brother Ben Hecht for the hat. Yes, we're coming to you live from the streets of Mexico, where Team CrazyHorse is about to make a hit.
The parachute is thrown. Hell yes.
So let's say it's a 2000 horsepower motor. I don't know if I've ever sprayed it to that. I'm not a dyno guy. I don't stick it on the dyno. I think it's been on the dyno like one time. And it's only been on the dyno with a couple of fuel numbers just to dial some things in. Who cares about the dyno? It doesn't really matter. So I really don't know for positive, but I know the track times. Some of the track times that I've done put it at about 19 or something like that, and that's really with only 3 kits. So I mean, and not that much nitrous either. So.
And for me, I'm hearing only 3 kits over here. This is well, kind of funny.
but it's all about the jetting too. So it's essentially it's one maybe bigger jet, but spread out over 3. So it's not anything super crazy for this style. I mean, there's guys that have this setup and they're spraying 3 times as much.
Wow.
And you know, more power to them. I don't know if this block could handle that.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
While we're still up here, injector wise, did you mention what size injectors are in here?
I don't think I did. They're 450% over S&S injectors, and they're supported by 2 S&S pumps. One's a 14 millimeter and the other's a 10 millimeter.
Okay, awesome. How about, I mean, everything from how the rest of the truck was put together? Talk about like some of the fab work and whatnot. If we could get a little walk around and kind of just see what's going on around here, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. We've got Penske shocks. Philip Franklin at Truck Source Diesel got me set up with those. I absolutely love Penske. No complaints. They're all USA made. Love them. They're amazing. And you can work with them and they will set you up with exactly the correct spring weight and everything that you need for your weight and your setup. So that was really awesome. And then it's a lot of people think this is tube chassis because they see the back half. It is only a back half. It is not a front half or anything like that. It's stock frame from the back of the cab forward. As you can see, it's full frame. It's full OEM steering, OEM axles, OEM drive shafts, OEM differentials, and OEM transfer case.
And Truck Source is the one who built this whole engine from the ground up.
Everything. They did everything on this truck pretty much. Parks out in Seguin, I believe it is, did the machine work on the motor, but you're talking head, everything they did. And the head is from D&J Precision. Okay. I want to give them a shout out. And the intake, this is a really, you want to get this in the camera. This is a really slick setup here from Drew at D&J Precision.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
So, but all the tubing, all the stainless steel intercooler tubing, that's Nathaniel at Truck Source Diesel. He did all the fab work on this truck. Exhaust, everything. This is all Nathaniel's work.
It's fun to watch him work.
It really is.
That that man gets so in tune with what he's doing. It's an art.
And
That's
we've
what
got-
you want partnered with your
Yes.
build for sure.
On the topic of the suspension, we've got One Up Off-Roads. I think it's called a 3-link. I don't want to misquote that, but it's One Up Off-Roads system up front, and I love it. It's no hopping at all on the front axle, which I had before with the stock radius arms. And then this is where Nathaniel just went crazy and showed off his handiwork and his amazing fab work.
Full-blown race truck stuff.
Full-blown back half chromoly, 1 5/8" tube, and just did an amazing job. You know, there's not many of these 4x4 trucks that have these back halves where you can go to a blueprint and see exactly how to put one of these together. You gotta do this from scratch and figure it out.
Riding in comfort. Squeeze in over here.
No AC, so it'll be a little uncomfortable.
Now this is real race truck status.
Yeah, this is
I'm starting to sweat already.
not exactly comfortable. Thank goodness it's a smooth road too, or it'd be bumpy as could be.
Oh yeah. We're mobbing though.
Yeah.
We're mobbing.
This is living the American dream right here.
Living the dream. Good old smell of diesel.
Oh yeah, you can smell all kinds of stuff in here. Stuff you're probably not supposed to.
I wouldn't want any other job. In the bed of the truck right now, shooting some rollers. We got the whole crew out here today.
One thing that is unique about this truck is it does not have a trans brake. I use a limiter on the brake pedal, and so it doesn't have a trans brake. The 4R, there's not really a trans brake provided for, so you really can't. I'd love a trans brake, but I love the 4R. The 4R is amazing. It shifts really quickly, and so I don't want to get away from that right now. So no trans brake, foot braking it, which is an interesting fact. And people are like, what? No trans brake? No, I've actually never left on a trans brake before. I've probably raced 300 times, 400 times in my life, maybe. If you add it all up, I don't know, that's a wild guess.
a lot.
But it's a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Because we race a lot. And never left on a trans brake, ever.
Wow. But definitely cool to have the first real race truck that's doing a lot of racing all over the world, to have it on the channel and be able to check this thing out. Awesome build, everything looks beautiful. One thing I forgot to ask and I was curious about is what's the actual weight of, you know, a race truck in this class or this truck in general right now?
Right now as it sits, it's 4,640 pounds with me in it, race weight. So a little bit on the heavy side for a race car, but light for a 4x4 diesel for sure.
Well, this thing comes down to the track. I mean, what's your times usually down the 8th or anything like that? What are we looking at speed-wise?
Right now we have been, best way to put it for people that don't drag race all the time would be from 0 to 142 miles an hour in 5.2 seconds.
Wow.
That's the best
insane.
way to put it.
But even down the 8th, number-wise, if you don't mind, what does it usually run?
It runs 5 seconds in the 8th lap.
Wow. 5-second 8th, and you said 142?
Yes.
Absolute monster. In a good old 4x4 diesel truck.
Yes. Yeah. 4x4. You switch it to 4x4 high.
I'd say that's pretty impressive, huh?
Yep.
But yeah, this is an absolute unit, man. I appreciate you having me out there.
Yeah,
for real. Keep
Thank
killing
you for coming
it.
out.
This is one for the books for sure, and I'm sure I'll see you at UCC as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Good luck for the rest of the season and all your racing, man.
Thank you.
That low 6'4" in the building. Hell yeah, brother. So just wrapped up here at In-N-Out. So I'm gonna give my rating here. The burger, definitely, it's pretty good. The fries, I'd say, no bueno, kind of soggy, plain. The cheese is a little bit like glue on top, and, you know, that nice gooey cheese, you know what I'm saying? But overall, burger's pretty good. We'll try Whataburger, and we also want to try Cane's while we're here, so let's see. How'd you like it?
It was alright. I'm not a fan of the fries. The burger was alright. It was pretty good.
So it's like a,
Yeah.
My new race car right here. Good old Volkswagen. See that R right there? That's my race. 1400 horsepower. Who wants the gap?
So while we're out here in Texas, had to come see the homie. You guys may know him already if you ever heard of Hamilton Cams. I am running his push rods, valve springs, and cam in my truck. We're over here at his shop right now checking out this place, and it's absolutely nuts. Beautiful shop, tons of toys. So here he is, the man, the myth, Zach Hamilton. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
So what do we got working on in here?
This is a 2020. We're trying to come up with a new cam for these guys. So we've got, just working on a new cam and a new head package and some injectors with Exergy and pumps. And so we're just trying to see how much we can squeeze out of the stock long block.
Sweet.
We're at $12.89 so far.
$12.89 at a stock block?
Yeah, stock, everything. It has head studs, 100% over injectors, and a Stroker CP 4.2. That's it.
Awesome.
It's crazy. Like I said, $12.89 I think is our best number so far.
That's crazy too.
Yeah, we're running out of rail pressure, so I think I can squeeze a little more out of it. We're gonna have to get some little bit bigger pump if we're gonna push it any further, though.
Sweet. And for anyone that might not know who you are, do you want to explain a little bit about Hamilton Cams and what you guys do around here, what you sell?
Yeah, man, we started doing cams. We started with just a repair shop. We started doing cams, and then we pushed that as far as we could, and then we stopped making power, so we got into cylinder heads. That was the thing holding us back, and since then we've got into injection. Man, blocks, gaskets, heads, cams, pistons, valve springs, push rods, tappets. I think we do oil pans now too. So I think we've done every piece of the Cummins engine. And you know, when we started, we were just modifying OE components, and it's crazy now. You can get an entire engine that has nothing to do with a stock engine, crankshafts, everything. It's unreal how far it's come since 2000 when we got started. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see a bunch of toys over here too.
Yeah, man. Got too many toys, not enough time. We hope to get them running soon. So yeah, man, everything from the dragster, the IndyCar, the bike, which we hope to convert to diesel one day.
All diesel going on over here.
Yeah, twin turbo V6 for the IndyCar, and yeah, not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, that's pretty cool to see. I never actually seen an engine dyno in person, so This is pretty much how it goes, huh?
Yeah, you want to see it run?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get it warmed up and we'll throw some hits on it and see what we got.
Oh shit. What ends up happening if this thing decides to explode in there?
We've had a lot of engines explode when we're testing new stuff. Usually we have, when we're stretching their legs, we'll have guys ready with fire extinguishers. We had one at 3000 horse, lost a main bearing and took out a rod. The rod went through the block, hit the high pressure line, the nitrous lines, so we had a big ball of fire in there, and it's just part of it. You can, if you want, you can see all the melted.
Yeah, let's check it out.
See all the torched lights and all the black from the fires. So we roasted the wiring harness, and we had that explosion that piston went through the side, and it just an absolute mess.
What you guys think though? This is the type of shop we need right here. This is all the motivation. I would live in here if I had this. Just check this place out. Absolutely sick. One day we'll get it. One day. What do you think?
It's insane.
We need one of these, huh?
Yeah. Seriously.
Hey Zach, I said let me get some room up here.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there I'm gonna start paying some rent, all right?
All right.
I'm moving in.
Come on, man. Wait till we get about 100, 110.
The oil temp?
Yeah, we need to get the oil temp up.
So what are we looking at here? Is this...
So this is the dyno controls. What we're going to do is we're going to set the test up. We're going to run it from 3 to 3500. On these CP 4.2s, over about 35, 3700 RPM, they start to lose rail pressure. So we'll just do a quick sweep. You start to get into float with the plungers. So yeah, about 35, 3700 RPM is all you're going to get out of the CP 4.2s.
So that's horsepower on the right here, and that's your foot-pound, your torque on the left?
Yep. Yeah, you have your torque, your horsepower, and this will be your actual number. So we'll set it on auto. Stock pistons, rod bearings, rods. I just can't believe the stock rods will take $12.89. That's
I know.
amazing.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
So I moved the toolbox and got tons of turbos over here, huh?
Oh yeah. EFRs, GTXs, S400s, S300s.
Once you blow them up, right here, ready to go.
Oh yeah.
No issue.
Yeah, we try to keep 20 or 30 chargers just in case we had an oddball set up. Or,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, a lot of turbos.
Looks like you got everything put together over here, man. Tons of fun.
We're trying.
Like I said, I'll be back next week. I'm bringing my futon.
Come on, dude.
We'll be good to go. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. This place is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Texas, it's been real. Until next time.